Hello, sweetie. My name is Samson, and the war on woke has gone too far. Too far, and is now hitting me in a very personal place, okay? So while I was scrolling on TikTok, I discovered a video from Sky News, and it broke my fucking heart and has made me so incredibly angry. Let me tell you. So in the video that I saw on TikTok from Sky News, it was talking about how the current doctor is going to be quitting soon and how BBC might be canceling the show. Disney and BBC might be canceling the show. The agreement with Disney might be completely scrapped, and Doctor Who might be canceled. Doctor Who might be canceled. Not only is Doctor Who potentially going to be canceled, it's also because of all of those stupid anti woke losers. Which, honestly, as a third generation Whovian, I find completely ridiculous. Doctor Who has been woke since the beginning. Like, way back in the early 2000s with the Ninth Doctor, all the way to today. It has been woke, okay? You know, in the conservative definition of woke, not the real definition of woke, the version that is, you know, people acknowledging and speaking up against injustice. Traditionally, when woke was first invented, it meant that, you know, you knew about the struggle, you knew about the plight as a black person, and then it has branched out into other communities, and now it has been bastardized by the alt-right, completely losing its true definition in the process. Like everything that the alt-right and the moderate right touches. And it honestly shocks me that there are people out there who genuinely don't realize that all of the things that they complained about in the Sky News video have been markers and parts of Doctor Who since its inception, basically. The Doctor himself has been flirting with men since the 70s. He even had a confirmed sexual relationship with a man in the spin off series in the early 2000s with David Tennant's Doctor and Captain Jack Harkness. This isn't a new thing. You guys are just dumb and don't have media literacy skills, clearly. Like, it honestly astonishes me that people could watch a show about a alien who committed genocide against his entire planet and has since forth been trying to rectify that by protecting the earth and preventing another genocide from happening, are magically only discovering from 2023 to now in 2025 that Doctor Who is woke. Like, have you guys not been paying attention? Like, at all? And by the way, yes, I know the Captain Jack Harkness and number 10 Doctor relationship was only confirmed in the spin off Torchwood. However, the Doctor has had many encounters with men where he has kissed them.
I was much better off as a coward.
King Rory!
He's kissed many men. He has flirted with many men.
Come on, we can have a good flirt later.
Is that a promise, Doctor?
Oh, 57 academics just punched the air.
The Doctor is a chaotic pansexual. He is a over 1,000-year-old Time Lord, okay? You don't get to be that old and not experiment a little? Hello? Also, Time Lords have been able to change between genders since the mid 2000s to early 2010s. Like, that is something that they talked about a lot. Like, the Doctor even said that he himself had a friend who had a snake tattoo, an Ouroboros tattoo, and that friend would go back and forth between being a female Time Lord and being a male Time Lord. So people getting upset and saying that the transgender storyline in the 60th anniversary was just like too much and too far clearly have not been paying attention to the fucking show at all. Not only that, but there was a confirmed lesbian relationship in the Matt Smith era, in the 11th Doctor era. These two bitches were lesbians and very open about it.
Good evening. I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time, and this is my wife.
And continuing with the 11th Doctor in the Clara era specifically, you remember the Sartarians? You remember the Sartarians? You remember this potato headed guy? Yeah. Not only was he a member of a race of aliens that were all warriors who would clone themselves.
Sontaran, clone warrior race, factory produce whole legions at a time. Two genders is a bit further than he can count.
Sir, do not discuss my reproductive cycle in front of enemy girls.
However, he was a nurse. Not only was he a nurse, but he was a nurse who lactated. He lactated. He said himself that he was a wet nurse.
I think she might need a feed.
A feed? Of course. I'll take care of everything.
I really don't think you will, actually.
I have gene spliced myself for all nursing duties. I can produce magnificent quantities of lactic fluid.
As well as a regular nurse. This show has always been woke, okay? Y'all are just too dumb, and y'all are just so incredibly impressionable that you haven't even noticed that this was in your faces all along. All along, okay? You're catching up with everybody else, and you were getting blindsided because some of your favorite YouTubers or streamers or whoever are telling you to be upset about this. Form your own opinions, you. Not only that, but going back to the Matt Smith era, the 11th Doctor era, rewinding a bit to the Amy and Rory era of Matt Smith. Do you remember those few episodes when we were going to find out who killed the Doctor, and spoilers, River Song, and how they were being led by a FBI agent, a gay FBI agent? Hello, it was right in front of you the entire fucking time. But you guys are lacking in media literacy. And it shows. And it shows. And it shows with how you were interacting with these shows and speaking about them in a negative way and just genuinely not absorbing the media that you were consuming and just watching pretty shapes and colors. That is literally the vibe that some people who are complaining about Doctor Who being too woke are giving off. You guys seem like you were born yesterday and you only consume media by just reacting to shapes and colors and movement on the screen. And it shows. So this isn't the normal style of videos that I make. I'm somebody who usually posts about politics. I make political videos daily on my TikTok and here on my YouTube. I usually talk about politics. However, when I saw that TikTok talking about Doctor Who, saying that it may be potentially canceled because of people complaining about wokeness, and the people from The Sun saying that they're correlating the people complaining about wokeness with the lack of views that are going on in Doctor Who, it is just astonishing to me. It is something that I needed to talk about and I needed to rant about because I love Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who so fucking much. I even cosplayed as the 11th Doctor. I met the guy who plays Captain Jack Harkness at Fan Expo. I am absolutely obsessed with this series. This has been a series that has completely changed my life. I love it. It is something that has consumed a lot of my time, and I do not regret spending hours and hours and hours of my time watching this show on repeat over and over and over again. This is something that I love. This is something that has become a part of me. And the fact that this show might get canceled again for the first time in 40 fucking years because some people can't handle a little gay in front of them, because some people can't handle a black person playing the fucking Doctor. Come on. Come on. Were you even watching the show? Are you even a fan? Because to me, somebody who is a hardcore fan, somebody who is so obsessed with this show that is literally a special interest of theirs, somebody who is a third generation Whovian, my mom is a Whovian, and my grandfather, her father, is a Whovian, I think you guys have not been paying attention to this show at all. Not one bit. Not at all. Okay, so that is it for my video. I hope you liked it, and let me know down below who your first Doctor was and who your favorite Doctor was. My first Doctor was number 9, and my favorite Doctor is 10. It used to be 11, as you can tell. However, I just love David Tennant so much. If I start Doctor Who, I always start with his seasons. No hate to 9, but David Tennant, especially as I'm getting older, just hits different, you know?